Alright guys, if you're watching this video, you either fall into two categories, right? You either like paranormal activity and ghost things and all that kind of stuff, or you're watching this video because you legitimately have a terrible, infestation, alright, in your house, poltergeists, spirits, things that are scaring you and your family, right? Which you obviously, want to get rid of. Alright, today's video is going to be all about this. How to remove spirits, bad spirits I might add, from your house. This is ideas that I have thought up after having watched a lot of ghost shows over the years, right? Most Haunted, Ghost Hunters, Portals to Hell, Paranormal Lockdown. We love Nick. We wish Nick and Ghost Adventures would make a comeback together at some point. Ghost Adventures, I absolutely love Ghost Adventures. In fact, if you're a fan of the paranormal world, there's a good chance you do love Ghost Adventures, and you know exactly who they are, right? Yeah, very entertaining, very enjoyable show to watch, right? And I've been watching a lot of Ghost Adventures with my mum over the years, and I've been watching Ghost Adventures with my girlfriend Vicky recently. And I've literally been sitting up in bed recently thinking to myself, I know how to fix this problem. Because I've seen some episodes of not just Ghost Adventures, but other ghost shows where they actually go to investigate some house, right? And this family, hoping they're not actors, hoping it's not just one big act, right? I'm hoping not, but they're going to help a family, and the family is devastated. They're crying, they're emotionally distraught, right? They've got an infestation of ghosts, poltergeists, demons, whatever you want to call it, right? They're in the house and they just want nothing to do with it. You've heard stories of maybe they've left the house to another house, and for whatever reason, the ghost, the haunting has continued to the next place, right? It's basically a haunted mansion, Disneyland haunted mansion, hitchhiking ghost at this point, right? How do you get rid of them? I've been thinking in my bed for the longest time over the past 2 days on ways to get rid of them. And my ideas, as good as I think they are, I don't see anyone else talking about them. And I don't know why that is. I've looked at videos on YouTube about this, and I'm going to get to that in a second, right? Science versus religion. All right? I put myself out right now and tell you guys that, look, I am not religious at all. Okay? But having said that, I do believe, obviously, in spirits, and I am a kind of a spiritual person. I've encountered too many things myself over the years. I've seen black shadows. I've even seen, geez, it gives me shivers thinking about this, but I've actually seen a whole spirit body apparition in my auntie's house on the roof, but I'll talk about that another day. I've heard noises that can't be explained. A lot of people have talked about these things and having seen these things, right? So I believe it. I believe there's something there. So my situation for getting rid of ghosts will not be nothing to do with religion, all right? Now, while making this video, I thought, well, shit, surely there's got to be someone on YouTube who's already got the answer to this. So I thought maybe I'll watch a couple of videos. I typed in, how do I remove ghosts from my house? And I watched a couple of videos. I watched one video on YouTube. Oh my God, give me strength, someone. The guy was a religious nut. He basically said the way to remove demons and negative spirits from your life is to remove Harry Potter DVDs from your life. Throw them out. Don't watch movies with magic in it. Don't watch movies with or TV shows with ghosts in it or magic in it. Remove alcohol bottles from your house. Things like that. Otherwise, the demons will come into your house. That was his recommendation, his advice to getting rid of spirits and poltergeists. Basically, goodbye, Harry. Goodbye. Take you and your zigzag head somewhere else. All right. I'm going to give you guys legitimate answers to how to get rid of spirits using science. There's moths flying in my studio. I've got a big bird cage with three birds in the cage over there. Don't worry about that if you've seen the moths, all right? So, good ghosts versus bad ghosts. Now, my hypothesis, because that's what it is, right? I'm asking people from those amazing TV shows I just showed you before. I want you guys to let them know that this video is out there, because I truly believe that what I'm about to tell you guys may actually help to permanently remove ghosts from your house using science. All right, if you are in contact of any of the people in charge of those shows I've just shown you, especially Ghost Adventures, obviously, you know, tag them. Tag Zach Baggins. All right, Aaron Goodwin, Nick Groff, Jay Wosley, Billy Tully. What was her name again? Katrina. What's his name? Ozzy Osbourne's son? I don't remember anymore. Go tag them. Yvette Fielding. All right. Let them know that this video is here, because I truly believe that we can make a difference, right? Like I said, good ghosts versus bad ghosts. Obviously, with this information, I want you to remove, well, if you want to, of course, if you have a situation where there's bad spirits in your house, use these techniques that I have personally invented to remove them, all right? But having said that, there are good spirits too, such as, you know, possible family members that have unfortunately passed away, that are maybe looking over you and looking after you in a way. You know, you wouldn't want to get rid of them, would you? I know I wouldn't. Personally, you know, no, I would love to keep those beautiful family members in my life in whatever way possible, right? But if there's a legitimate problem, possessions, you know, you need holy water because there's something taking over your body potentially. I mean, you know, you've got a bad situation, right? Things whispering in your ear, things appearing in the house, scaring you and your kids, and you know, possibly hurting your animals. There's stories of, you know, animals getting hurt, right? Animals getting killed potentially from ghosts. I mean, that's the shit that you want out of your life right now. I hope this information that I'm about to tell you will do just that. I'm looking for people to test this information, and obviously let me know down in the comments below how it's going for you, so other people can read it. Let's get a conversation going, because everything I'm about to tell you is just that. It's things that I believe will work, but it needs testing. Well, that was the biggest introduction to a video I ever made. Wow. Let's get into it. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes possessions and spirits can actually be people with mental illness, right? I just wanted to put that out there. I'm sure there are definitely some cases of people just being mentally ill, thinking that there's a ghost in their house. Not all the time, obviously not. No. But sometimes it can be caused by mental illness. I just wanted to throw that out, all right? Also, bad air quality in a house. Symptoms, all right? Poor indoor air quality can cause health effects that are similar to those of common cold or influenza. These symptoms include itchy eyes, runny nose, sneezing, coughing, dizziness, and fatigue. They're often short-term and easily retreatable. So there's just two things I wanted to say, right? The mental illness and this. Make sure your house is well ventilated. There's no nasty, you know, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, whatever. All right, make sure there's fresh air. Now, there's this guy. I want to talk to you guys about this guy, Bill Chappell. All right, he's a famous ghost tool inventor. I've got a bunch of ghost tools here, which I will be showing you in a second. And this is a key. This is key to what we're going to talk about in a second on how to remove them. All right, potentially. So Bill Chappell, so if someone's watching this and you know Bill Chappell, tag him. All right, I want Bill to see this. This is Bill with Zach and Aaron Goodwin. All right, Ghost Adventures. So what are ghosts made of? Because if we're going to get rid of them, if we're going to fucking get rid of these things out of our lives, all right, these terrible things, we need to know what they're made of. Now, we don't obviously know what they're made of, but we have an idea, all right, and that's the point of this video. Spirit balls, you know, orbs of light. I've taken amazing photos of them inside the Picton Mushroom Tunnel in New South Wales, Australia, one of the most haunted towns in Australia, of all of Australia. I've got an amazing orb in there and an amazing orb underneath the Picton Viaduct over a 100-year-old train bridge in Picton, New South Wales, Australia. I can't find those photos for you right now, but I do have photos of them. So sometimes people see these orbs of light. Other times they're just captured on photos, right? So these orbs of light seem to contain electricity. So we're getting somewhere now. Now we're starting to understand what they may be made of. We don't obviously understand how they work or what they are, but they seem to contain electricity. All right? Can ghosts drain batteries? Well, for the most people that know ghost stuff, yes, they obviously can. But I'll read this anyway, right? So it's not uncommon to hear investigators on ghost hunts report that their equipment has mysteriously died, right? Despite the fact that they've put new batteries in at the start of the investigation. There are also stories of certain allegedly haunted places that are known for causing instantaneous loss of battery charge, right? It's happened to me and my mum at a haunted house in America somewhere 15 years ago when we went there, maybe even 20 years ago now, probably 20 years ago, around the time September 11th happened, right? We were there when September 11th happened. We were actually staying in the Shining Hotel at Estes Park. We were actually in the hotel room that Stephen King invented the book The Shining. He wrote a bit of it in this room in Estes Park. We woke up that day to September 11th on the TV. The Twin Towers were falling down. That was our scary situation at that hotel. But I have made a video about that before. I will link that down in the description below, right? So now we know that ghosts can drain batteries, and they've been doing this for a long, long time, right? Not just AA batteries, but lithium-ion batteries. This is, a big lithium-ion Sony battery, all right? We've got a small little GoPro battery, but obviously batteries in general, right? A way that ghost hunters try to contact spirits, right, is by using a few of these devices. Now let me talk about this. This is how we understand how to get rid of them. Trust me, I'm going somewhere with this, I promise you. Try static detector 4. I've never been good with Roman numerals, but anyway. Ghost hunting equipment, right? This device detects negative and positive static, negative EMFs, and things like that. All right, guys, so this is the Rem Pod. We've got one in the studio. I'll show you a deeper look in a second. But, this small device has an antenna with its own electromagnetic field. And it reacts when anything gets near it. All right? The pod went off repeatedly throughout their investigation. So you turn this bad boy on, and the lights come on. All right? The closer I get to the antenna, the more this thing's going to go off. It's already going off now. But anyway, so this thing is using electromagnetic pulses of energy to detect electromagnetic pulses of energy. Yeah? We're getting somewhere now. Going down this webpage a little more. EVP detector, electronic voice phenomenon. Well, we've got one of them, right? Zoom H1, I think it's called. But I've used this to interview celebrities on red carpet premieres in the past as well. But anyway, I used to be a paparazzi, but that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day, right? EMF detector. The writing is quite literally there, right? Similar to the EVP detector, the electromagnetic field detector is another tool that spirits can use to speak to investigators, right? Can you see where I'm going with this conversation? Yeah? All right. All right. We're gonna get to this soon. Mel meters. I'm pretty sure the person behind the Mel meter who invented it was unfortunately a father who lost his daughter in a car crash. I remember seeing a Ghost Adventures show about it years and years ago. Sad situation, but at least something good has come out of it, right? A Mel meter, which I don't have one of these. Basically, this is a good combo of a couple of devices, all right? This device has an antenna that detects motion, like the Rem Pod's antenna. It also has a temperature gauge and electromagnetic field detection. Electromagnetic field is a huge situation when it comes to ghosts. This is potentially what they're made of, right? Well, can I go as far as to say that, yes, definitely, they're made of this, all right? Another tool that I have is called a K2 meter. Turn it on, these lights come on twice for baselines, getting ready. And then when you get close to something electrical, like a bloody toaster or a kettle, this thing lights up like a Christmas tree. But allegedly, this thing lights up like a Christmas tree too when it comes with a ghost it detects a ghost, right? I've been to graveyards and this thing's gone off, and we have no power near us whatsoever, right? It goes off. A little spooky. I've also got a SP7 spirit box. All right, you guys have seen this on Ghost Adventures and other TV shows a million times, right? It goes through the channels and ghost voices come out, right? EVPs, electronic voice phenomenon, all right? It seems that we're able to connect with ghosts electrically. Somehow. Don't know how it works, but somehow, right? Another way that ghost hunters are able to provoke spirits is to actually give them energy, right? Because we've established now that they seem to be energy. Tesla coils. Little Tesla coils. Nikola Tesla, God bless you, mate. All right? You can buy these little Tesla coils to energize the room, to hopefully give them power, because as we know, they steal power from batteries. Where are we going with this conversation? How are we going to get rid of them? I'll blow your mind in a second. I really will. I hope I will, at least anyway. This is going to fascinate you, because it fascinated me when I started thinking about it in bed, right? What about an EM pump? People that are ghost hunting use these devices to energize spirits, so then they're able to, the spirits are allegedly able to come back and speak louder, to move objects with the power that they've been given, right, with these devices. EM pumps. All right? Now, this is the part where I'm getting to it right now. I'm going to get to it right now. The videos have been a little delayed, I know, but I just wanted to get as much information into this video as possible. But yeah, the feeling you get when you come into contact with something in a room that you don't understand what it is, right? The hair on your arms and legs stand up, you get goosebumps. Now, yes, some people can get that feeling if they get frightened and scared, but other times you just get that feeling because I have no idea why, because it just happened regardless. You're not scared, but it happens, right? Is this to do with some sort of electronic magnetic field, static electricity? Is it something to do with that? My opinion, most likely. So how are we going to get rid of the spirits? They seem to have control of electricity. All right, they seem to need electricity. Static electricity, you could say. Static electricity is most commonly caused by rubbing your feet on a carpet, right? Static electricity, yeah, real funny. Rub me on the carpet and then put me in the shipping box. You will pay for this. Meow. Static electricity may have actually been the cause of the Hindenburg disaster all those years ago. A spark lit the really bloody flammable combustible air. Hydrogen? I think it was hydrogen, I can't remember now, but anyway. You guys may not know this, but mobile phones, right, they work because of static. Did you know that every time you touch the screen of your mobile device to open an app, you're actually using the power of static electricity? Since the typical mobile phone user touches their phone apparently 2,617 times per day, according to a study, that is a lot of static energy. I usually touch mine 10,000 plus, but look, don't judge. Don't judge, all right? Don't judge. Fireworks. Fireworks factories often go up in smoke because of static electricity. It's a huge problem. Good fireworks factories use this. Now, I saw a documentary once about a fireworks factory in Australia. They have many different, smallish huts spaced a good distance apart from each other. So if one hut goes up in smoke, then the whole factory isn't going up. Do you know what I mean? There isn't one factory. The whole factory is many different little huts. And inside these huts, the fireworks creators that built the fireworks for the Sydney Harbour Bridge, right? But before they go in to build fireworks, they have to touch their hand on this plate. This is going to be number one on my list on ways to remove, potentially remove ghosts from your house. None of this information I'm giving you is proven. It's just my ideas, it's my hypothesis based on the science. If it seems like this will work on paper, but if it will actually work in real life is something to be tested. So if you're a ghost show watching this, please try this out. All right. Anti-static earth touching pad discharge electrostatic pad, right? Yeah, you connect this wire to ground, and before you enter the fireworks factory, you touch this so it discharges any static electricity from your body, and you're not going to accidentally set a spark to set off the fireworks, right? People, could you start using these in houses? All right, that's gonna be number one on my list. Number two is going to be, well, there's actually a website to actually help me with this one. So let's have a read of this. How to get rid of static electricity in your home, right? Install a humidifier. What? I'm telling you now, those ghosts in your house, those bad ones, because we want to keep the good ones, right? But those bad ones over there in your house are going to be like, whew, it's time to leave soon. That's the theory anyway. I don't know. You tell me in the comments down below if you've tried it. The most effective way to minimize static electricity in the home is to install a humidifier. Tabletop humidifiers add more moisture to the air in a single room, while whole home humidifiers work with your HVAC systems to ensure heated and cooled air has enough moisture to maintain a proper level within the house. Get ready for this. Dry air is one of the main culprits behind static electricity. The dryness in the winter months can make it unbearable during this time of the year. A lack of humidity in your home can also lead to issues with wood furniture and flooring, as well as causing unpleasant health symptoms. That's why it's worth adding a humidifier that will protect against all of these concerns. Wow. Treat your rugs and carpeting. A static charge in your rugs and carpeting can cause a shock when you walk across them, right? You can use an anti-static spray on the synthetic materials of both rugs and carpets to prevent the charge from building up. You may also want to add some indoor plants to the areas that have softer flooring, as certain plants can increase the humidity levels naturally and lessen the static charge within your establishment. Wow, the more you know. Interesting, right? Use products on clothing. Certain products can also help eliminate static electricity from your clothing. When clothes have too much static, they are harder to fold and often stick to your body when you're wearing them. Using fabric softener and dryer sheets will help reduce the presence of static, as well as pulling clothes out of the dryer while they are still damp and hanging them to dry, because the dryer just kind of creates static electricity, right? The key thing is dryness causes static, whereas wet seems to get rid of the static. Now that will be a bigger theme at the end of this video. I promise you on that. I'm so excited to tell you what I've discovered. On paper, I have discovered it. I don't know if it works in real life yet, as we've said before a million times. This is just a quick little thing from another web page, right? Static electricity is the buildup of electric charge in a given location. Some materials, such as glass, hair, and some fabrics, give off electrons. All right? They give off electrons easily. Now, when they experience friction, electrons build up and result in a shock. Fuck, that really hurt, right? The easiest way to remove a static charge from your body is to touch a grounded object like the screws on the light switch panel to prevent static buildup entirely. Raise the humidity level in a room, moisturize your skin, or use an ionizer to rebalance the electrons in an area to prevent static from forming in the first place. Wow. If this actually works, I want you guys to just give me $1 million, all right? If this works, I need you to give me something, all right? I'm trying to help you guys here, all right? Come on. All right. Now, another way to reduce static electricity is something we'll call this, right? Portable anti-static mat. Now, people put this mat on the table and they put their wrist in this strap and they connect this wire to ground. Now, people that are building electronics or fixing computers, right? They pull out the motherboard. If they have electrostatic in their body, if they touch that computer board, they could quite literally zap a component in that board and stop it from working in the computer, right? So when you're soldering something important, it's important to have this attached. Use the mat, have this attached to your... Well, you don't really need the mat, do you? Probably not. Do you? I don't know. I think the most important thing is the strap that goes around your wrist that somehow takes the static from your body and takes it to ground, right? Another thing, supplying, demand. All right, capacitor discharge pen for discharging capacitors. All right, now there's even a newer model than this one, something that could be even better, right? This is the Generation 4 Spark pen, capacitor discharge pen, plus LED light and sound, which apparently lights up and gives a sound if it's discharging electricity, right? So you could hypothetically walk around your house with this thing, touching objects. You may look like a crazy son of a bitch, but if it works, it works. All right? The ghosts aren't going to love you anymore. Let's just be honest. All right? I hope you guys are taking screenshots for this, because it's taken me probably 2.5, 3 days to get all these tabs open and all my information ready for a live show, right? Another thing is this, the anti-static pistol. How do you pronounce this thing? I don't even know.
Milty Zero Stat 3 anti-static pistol.
Milty Zero Stat 3. All right. This is, well, how do I say it? It's basically this. Do you want to become a real-life Ghostbuster? Now you can. Yes, you can. Barack Obama. Yes, we all can. I'm going to try and find it. Where the hell are we back on? I need to go back to where we were. Ooh, there we go. All right, that's the price for it. How does this thing work? You're probably thinking, well, how does this thing work? Anti-static gun, how it works. The device utilizes two piezoelectric crystals that are compressed by squeezing a hand trigger. The compression of the piezoelectric crystals generates a positive stream of ions that attract the dust off the surface of the record and leaves the surface with a negative charge. So you can use this for record players and records, right? Getting rid of dust off the record, causing bumps and imperfections in the music, right? I'm going to show you how this thing works right now. This video on YouTube. This is the channel name. This is the video. We're about to watch maybe 15 seconds. You ready? Let's do it.
If you don't believe that demo, watch this one. So again, a bunch of statically charged plastic, right?
See how it's sticking to his hand?
Now watch.
Wow. I don't know how it works, but it works. It removes static from objects such as yourself.
That happened. Now watch again. I'll pick the same plastic up.
Wow. So if ghosts are static, are using some sort of electromagnetic field, and they themselves are electrified and that utilize electricity, right? Well, it seems to me you want to get rid of static electricity buildup in your house, right? I have not seen anybody else online talking about what I'm talking about. If I'm helping you guys, please give us a like and a subscribe. You guys will see the like in a second, but oh, there it is above my head. All right. I really hope I'm helping, eh? What's going to be the next one? This is interesting. This is a company called Sharp. We all know Sharp, right? Huge company. An ion generator. High concentration plasma cluster. This one creates ions. All right. How about this one? High density negative ion generator ionizer. This thing is used in big buildings, or medium-sized buildings, I'm guessing. Now, look, this is just theories. Like I keep saying, disclaimer, I do not promise at all that this will work. In fact, it may not work. But on paper, in my head, I think this will work. All right? Please, someone with a legitimate problem, try this. If you're a ghost-chasing person, please try these ideas. Give me credit for it, okay? Yeah. All right. Some people may say, are ionizers dangerous, right? Get ready for this. Myth. Too high a level of negative ions in the room is bad for you. Fact. Negative ions have not been found to be harmful, even in high concentrations. Just the opposite, actually, has been found the case. In fact, there are patients using high density negative ions to treat depression. Shit. All right, depression is a huge cause of, well, I should say, hauntings. Bad hauntings are a huge cause of depression, right? Absolutely. Can this fix two birds with one stone? Whatever the saying is, I don't even know. But hey, it could fix it, right? Holy water. Now, like I said, I'm not a religious guy. Spiritual, yes, but all right. Holy water. Holy water seems to be, though, a big reason that poltergeists and demons and ghosts they just don't seem to like holy water, right? I found this photo online. This is a priest or whatever he is spraying holy water into a car to de-demonize someone or potentially stop coronavirus. I'm not really sure, but I think it's got something to do with coronavirus as he's got the mask on. I thought that was kind of funny. I'm going somewhere with this, trust me. I'm definitely going somewhere with this. I'm not showing you this just for shits and giggles, even though it is kind of funny. I'm going somewhere with this information, all right? Does holy water have poop in it? Trust me, guys, I am going somewhere with this. Just bear with me for a second, all right? I just thought this was funny. Yes, apparently. They have found that 86% of water samples from holy sources contain fecal matter. Wow. And every millimeter of holy water contained up to 62 million bacteria. Of course, none of it is safe to drink whatsoever, right? Not surprisingly, the busier the church, the more bacteria it had in its font from people's hands. Wow. Pretty. Regardless of that information, how do we remove ghosts knowing that holy water seems to be a problem to them? Remember the movie The Poltergeist, which we just showed you before? Linda Blair flying up to the ceiling and stuff like that. Holy water seems to, well, holy shit. I should have said that before, actually. Holy shit, because of the poop. Anyway, holy water seems to work. I don't know why it works. Maybe it is something to do with religion and I'm just not aware of it, right? Or maybe it's just the water itself. Get ready for this, all right? God, I love this video already. Dry air relief. Now, as we said before, right, humidifiers seem to work to remove static electricity. What if spirits don't like water? The humidifier, the water, right? What if, another question, what if you just take a nice long cold shower or hot shower? Another test, right? If someone is dealing with some sort of negative entity, negative spirit, try this next time you have a shower. Do you feel a lot better for a long time, or even a short time after the shower? Do you feel like the attachment has temporarily gone, or it's gone for a while, or not at all? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know if you are in that situation, unfortunately, right? Water is a great conductor of electricity. So it just makes me think that if someone's getting sprayed with water and it's being blessed, what if any water works? What if you just spray normal water on someone who's got a demon in them and they still react badly to the water because it's, holy, but it's not, right? What if it's the actual water? Because water is a great conductor of electricity, and if that water is spreading over the body, then it's potentially de-electrifying them. I'm not a scientist at all right? But does that make sense? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'm completely wrong. All right, let me know in the comments down below. What about a Faraday cage? These things are very cool. You can stand next to a huge Tesla coil and not be shocked. All right, you can have little Faraday cages or even tinier ones. Now, if you put a mobile phone or a radio inside of this box and close it up, you can see how it's see-through, right? But if you put it in there, your mobile phone will never get a telephone call. The radio will never receive a radio channel. You'll never get a text message. No signal will come through it, right? It basically, a Faraday cage blocks electromagnetic fields from entering, right? You can even Faraday cage up a whole freaking room or even a whole house. Wow. This is huge. Creating an EMF sanctuary. Creating an EMF sanctuary. Now, I'm not going to talk about any of that. If anyone wants to read that, please do. But basically, there was a person who was sensitive to EMF and RF radiation, right? The electromagnetic field and RF signals and stuff like that. They got a company to install it in the house, right? If you guys want to read that as well, pause the video, right? This is one of those plates that we talked about at the fireworks factory, all right? You can touch that, the grounding plate. You can even put EMF stuff on the floor, right? So I'll just quickly read this. Installed 3 different types of RF shielding materials, a copper fine mesh under the carpet, Y-Shield carbon-based paint for walls and ceiling, and an RF blocking window film on all windows. Wow! Grounded shielding materials for the wall and flooring, all right? You can even get things for your windows. Now there's this website, which I might add is freaking expensive. So if you want some of this stuff, definitely look around first. Definitely, all right? Very expensive. But take a look at this. All this is magnetic field shielding, all right? This is some of the most interesting stuff right now. Are you looking at this? This could be a temporary or permanent fix to your problems. I don't know. As I keep saying, I don't know. We're going to click on one of them. Let's say, for example, I've got a mozzie flying around my studio. Let's say, for example, you've got a child in the cot, right? God, we've all seen these shows on TV and stuff, you know, with these episodes, how the kid is getting potentially maybe harassed by a spirit. You know, sometimes there's good spirits. Like I said, you know, family members that have unfortunately passed on that are looking after the child. If you believe that's the case, then don't stop that from happening, right? That's a good thing. But if the baby's hearing things and talking to things that aren't there, and it's scaring the shit out of you and your child, then maybe this, right? Take a look at this. Quick little read. So extremely breathable, odorless, extremely transparent. You can see right through it, right? The air goes through it, right? Antiseptic, washable, foldable, very easy to handle, even on the even for the novice, I should say. And by going down the web page, you know, highest RF shielding performance. All right, there is no muggy air feeling inside, so apparently it's very breathable. The air goes through, right? This is interesting. You can cover a bed with a fine copper or fine whatever it is, steel mesh. Think of chainmail for the people that were living back in the Stone days. What were the swords people? People in Lord of the Rings. I can't think of the knights. There we go. The Knights of the Templar, right? People in those days were using chainmail. Well, it's kind of chainmail. That's what it is, kind of, right? Going down, you guys can see the prices. I mean, pretty terrible. But you can get this stuff for big beds as well. There's the prices. Now, you can even get shielding for under the bed. So let's say, for example, you've got this for your bed or for your child's bed. Well, what about underneath? Potentially, hypothetically, maybe the spirit orb could go up from underneath. I don't know. I don't know how spirits work. I don't know if it happens. I don't know. But if you thought that could be a possibility, then you can even get a freaking mat, an RF shielding mat for your bedroom, child's bed. There we go. Like I said, absolutely ridiculous prices, but If you really need it, go buy it, right? I have nothing to do with any of these websites, nothing to do with any of these products whatsoever. At the moment, I am not getting a kickback from anyone at all. Maybe in the future I will. If the video takes off and goes kind of big, maybe I will start putting some links in the description below. But at the moment, no, I'm not getting any money from anywhere. And the moment I do, I will start letting you guys know in the description, right? Wow. Interesting. Now, this is going to be my invention. I have literally invented a way, on paper, as you guys know, haven't tested it yet, but I've literally invented a way to get rid of ghosts using one of these. Wow. Now at this point you're probably thinking, God damn, Gareth is so stupid. But am I? Am I? This is a bug zapper, as we all know. Alright, you wave this thing around, you push the button. There's no batteries in it at the moment, but it also has a little torch light, right? You push the button on the side, this little light comes on to let you know that it's charged, and you can have the torch light on as well. But this thing basically shocks mosquitoes, moths, flies, anything that goes in between it. Bam, it's dead. What if we use one of these to shock potential ghosts in your house? I know this sounds stupid. I really know. I'm so self-aware. Right? I know this sounds ridiculous. But hear me out. My invention consists of this. Now, I'm not patenting. I'm not patenting any of this information. If anyone wants to build this, well, just like that movie Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner and James L. Jones, if you build it, they will come. Or they may not come, and they may go away for forever or for a short period of time at least. Please, someone build this. Please. I want you guys to name it the Walton. My name's Tallboy Gareth. We're on these social medias, right? My name's Gareth Walton. I want to call this the Walton. So if anyone builds it and it works, that's what we're going to call it, okay? There we go. Feel free to slip me some money too if you want. There's also one of these things. It's pretty much the same thing as this, but this one has a movable head, which is kind of cool for getting insects on the ceiling. But this is how my device works. This is a plug, wall plug, obviously, right? This is an Australian plug. Now, most plugs consist of 3 prongs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? I'll give that in a second. This is an American one, I think. Some plugs have 2. Some have 3. So the 2, for example, has plus and negative. All right? The one on the right has plus, negative, plus, minus, whatever you want to call it. I'm not an electrician, okay? Plus earth. The one on the bottom is the earth plug. That is the earth plug right there. That is the earth hole right there. So this thing right there basically stops you from getting electrocuted if there's something wrong with the device that you're using. I'm not too sure why, but some devices don't have it, right? This is my invention. This thing right here would be powered by an electricity cord that would be in the wall. But this thing would not be ever able to shock anything but ghosts. If you hit a mosquito with this thing or a fly with this thing, you would never hear a zap. No. This is how my device works. You basically remove these 2 plunges, these 2 little prongs. You remove them. Or you don't remove them, but just keep the cable the same. The only plug you would need to plug this thing into is ground. Okay? Probably for stability while it's in the wall, you would need all 3 prongs, right? Prongs. I can't get the word out. You probably need all 3 for stability, but the only one you need is the ground. That's the only thing you need plugged in. And that would be plugged into here, right? So if you feel statically charged around you, if you know, we all have that feeling. The hairs on the arms, on the legs stand up. I've just shown you a picture before. If you feel like someone's watching you, feel like someone's behind you, God, people are going to think you're fucking crazy if you do this. But hey, it may work. You wouldn't even need to push a button. It would be constantly plugged into the wall. And it would be, you do this basically, right? You would remove static charge, potential ghosts walking up to you, spirits doing bad stuff to you, scratching you, marking you, speaking to your ear when you least expect it. If you feel like, just do that, right? The ghost orb spirit would hypothetically go through this and be discharged and go to Earth. Wow. If this device works, then wow, my life is done. I'm glad I could help people because, you know, like I said, there's so many stories over the years. Millions of people, unfortunately, have dealt with fucking terrible poltergeists and spirits and stuff like that, right? So yes, Earth plug to one of these. All right. Another way to use this device without having a plug, without having an actual cable to the wall to going down to Earth to remove that charge. Another way to get around that, but still get rid of spirits, is this way. See, I've thought about this, right? Take a look at this. I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm not an electrician, but I'm pretty sure that using a big enough resistor would be able to discharge electricity. Resistors are able to discharge capacitors. I'm not an electrician, as I keep saying, but I believe resistors are used in electronic appliances. So after you pull the plug out of the wall, eventually the stored power inside of that electricity, inside of that microwave, TV, whatever that you've just unplugged, the resistor ends up removing the charge that's still inside. Without that resistor, if you started tinkering with the inside of a television, a toaster, or whatever, some of these devices have capacitors, right? Microwaves are a huge, big bloody thing that stores a lot of electricity. Huge, right? If you touch inside of a microwave after you've just unplugged it, or while it's plugged in, you could die. It's got so much power in it. So you need resistors to remove the charge that's still inside these devices. So if you had a resistor inside of this, quite a few of them, you want a lot, right? You want to discharge energy as soon as you can, right? Doing this wirelessly through potential spirits could discharge them wirelessly. Now, this, on paper, this could either get rid of them permanently, or while they're de-energized, they may think, well, I don't want to come back to this place I just hit the bloody Rem Pod. I don't want to come back to this place and harass this person because this person is able to discharge me. Have you seen that movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore? Obviously, many people have. Such a great movie. In the movie, the ghosts and Patrick Swayze are able, because he's now dead, in more ways than one, unfortunately, they're able to take over human beings. And they're able to take over human beings, but only for a short period of time. When they come out of the body, they are completely drained of energy. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? This is what that would do. Drain them of energy and just keep doing it. And then if you've got the power to remove them, they know that. Why would they come back? They're going. They're fucking sick. Bye-bye. I'm seeing someone else forever. I'm going to live in someone else's house forever. Goodbye. Why would they want to come back to you after you keep doing that? Right? This is another way. This is not my invention, but this is something I've thought about. Potentially, some bad hauntings may have poor grounding. This is ball lightning. So ball lightning's kind of like an orb, like a spiritual orb, right? It's a ball of energy, right? And as you guys can see here, it's touching electricity. It's not touching the cables, the tower, and the railway tracks. Now, this may be computer generated, but you get the idea of what ball lightning can do, right? I believe that a house should be grounded properly. Now, some of these houses may not have any grounding whatsoever. So if a lightning storm comes, if a lightning strike hits your house, if your house isn't grounded properly with the proper cables, then your house is going to go on fire, right? So you need proper grounding in your house to remove all kinds of, static electricity, right? Electromagnetic fields that are hanging around your house. Quickly going back to this website, one last thing before we go. There's the transparent shielding for windows, I'm pretty sure, and there's grounding kit wires. I mean, very expensive. You can just go to your local hardware store and get some wires, right? you know, if you get these devices, make sure these bed things or these mats or whatever you want to get, right, make sure you ground them properly. Make sure the electricity, the energy that's going to these pieces of steel are able to leave the house properly. Make sure the grounding pole outside your house is connected to these devices. So yeah, goodbye static energy. It is my honest hope that I have given some great information. Like I said, I just had some really big thoughts about ghosts and how to get rid of them, what they're made of, and well, if they're made of that, then how do we get rid of them? So I put a lot of energy into this, and I really hope it's able to help people. Yeah, tag ghost shows into this. Tag your local investigators into this. Let's get experiments going. And let's see if the Walton works. We make videos every single week. Usually 5 videos a week on this channel. But of course we also are on channel 1 where we do travel films all around the world. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, at Tallboy Gareth. Give us a like and subscribe. I've been Tall. My name's Gareth. One more thing I've got to show you. Flashy toy cat ball. Anyway, there we go. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Best of luck. Let me know how it goes, okay? Ciao.